Yeah, all I'm saying is this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers been broke for like forever and shit like that, man. If we don't know how to treat each other with dignity and respect our fellow neighbors,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We won't survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing though, Ak, is that yeah, listen, we've all had some seasons in our life where the struggle is real financially.
I don't.
Um,
I'm not happy about struggling at all.
yeah, yeah, but the truth is that there is such there's no ceiling to financial struggle,
Uh huh.
right? It could get better, and you always hope that it gets better,
Uh huh.
or it could get worse. And,
Right.
and and sometimes it getting worse is completely out of your control. So you could be working every day,
Uh huh.
you could have multiple jobs,
Uh
and
huh.
just because of the cost of living and because of how things are going uh, on a national level financially, your dollar isn't going as far.
Uh
You
huh.
know what I mean?
Uh
And
huh.
you have no control over that. All you can do is adapt the best that you can. So think about the people that have a job, and all they're making is minimum wage,
Uh huh.
right? And it's been a struggle
Uh
for
huh.
them over the past 5 years or however long it's been, just being able to eat by some type of sustainability, just using that, with that minimum wage.
Right.
Now that minimum wage is going to be less than minimum wage,
Right.
even though they're making minimum wage, because the cost of goods is going to go up.
Uh huh.
And then when the cost of goods go up, they have to figure out a way to compensate. But how does the mother compensate, the single mother compensate, where she's making $15 an hour? She lives in New York City and she got 3 kids, and she's a single mother.
I hope that you know what I'm saying that we evolve to the point where parents stay together.
Yeah, but I mean that's cool, but that's unrealistic too for everybody, because it just doesn't happen that way.
See,
You know what I mean?
I kind of like on that. I debate that. Like, I think that there needs to be programs to educate new parents into be able to have the bandwidth to know how to communicate, to know how to treat each other in unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
make sure that you know what I'm saying that it's not about you anymore. It's about the child and the development of the child. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. But
It's
I
like
think I think
it's like no, it's not realistic,
yeah,
but it needs to be an option. See, the thing about it is that we're not having the options. The only option that they presented, just like Democratic Republican,
hmm,
is hey, you can get rid of this kid. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get rid of this dude. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you could be a single mother, and we could just pay you this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then
yeah,
you be related to the system and everything like that because we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? We got your back. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You don't need to be with this man that going to give you protection, peace, and provide discipline for your children. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because of
right,
the game theory that keeps pushing into our faces. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
There need to be other institutes that you know what I'm saying that could show this dynamic of family structure. You know what I mean? In order for that to happen. But if you
yeah,
all the options that you had, pick one. Either you're gonna pick the pork sandwich, you're gonna pick the fucking chitlins.
yeah.
You know what I'm
But I,
saying?
but I, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I get it theoretically. But I think one of the things that you have to think about is that there's a lot of social variables that go into why people don't necessarily ascribe to normative, quote unquote, traditional family structure, right? People don't do it. Some people don't do it because they just don't know how to do it, right? Because the example has never been there for them,
Uh-huh.
right? And if the example has never been there for them, there might not be an inclination to even step into that.
It's a
Or there
fact.
might be situations where that structure was there and it was just completely toxic.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So the person says when they get of age, why do I want to be in a relationship with anybody where all I've ever seen is just utter toxicity in relationships in the households that I've been around? Right. So then they opt to, but I want to be a parent. So I go ahead. So they go ahead and have a child, right? Or two or three, right?
Uh-huh.
But never want to be in a relationship with anybody. Or the relationship that they do get into
These are all variables.
is fully toxic, because that's the only way that they know how to be based on what their upbringing was. You know what I mean? So I think the thing is that um you know, all of the points that you made are good ones, but I think that there's sort of no one approach for this
And
situation, right? And I think you know, ultimately people's circumstances are what they are. Um and in a perfect world, help or having some type of partner support would be good to be able to navigate poverty or get out of it, but that's just not the reality for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So the thing is that if you already if you're already struggling, the struggle is going to get a lot harder, you know? And as a
it's going to get worse
result,
with robots.
huh?
It's going to be way worse with the robots.
But the robots is a lot. We're not talking about the robots right
Hey,
now. I
stay
mean,
on
they're
subject.
coming.
Fuck.
Yeah, but yeah, we're not talking about robots right now. We're just talking about the tariff thing.